Good morning, jr5. How are you today? Let's start to explain lesson 1 in unit 2, which is called the circulatory system. The circulatory system. Before we study the circulatory system, let's recap what is the function of the digestive system. You studied the digestive system in junior 4. What is the function of this system? This system consists of groups that responsible for digestion the food. So the digestive system, it digests and absorbs the food. So it makes the food digested food in your stomach and small intestine. And also you studied in junior 4 the respiratory system. Respiratory system. So the function of the respiratory system, it's responsible for the respiration process, responsible for the breathing process. In the respiratory system, you breathe in oxygen gas and then breathe out the carbon dioxide gas during inhalation and exhalation process. So, the digestive system, the function of the digestive system is digest the food to make the food digested food, and respiratory system take in or breathe in the oxygen gas. Okay? Breathe in the oxygen gas. Now, we are going to study the circulatory system. Junior 5, what do you think the doctor do in these photos? The doctor here use his medical tool, stethoscope, to check the health of the circulatory system. To check the health of the circulatory system. He listened to your heartbeat. He listened to your heartbeat to check the health of your circulatory system. So, what is the function of the circulatory system? The function of the circulatory system, it transports the digested food. It transports the digested food and oxygen gas and water to all over the body cells or to all the body cells. After the digestion process that happens in the digestive system, the food becomes digested, okay? And after the respiration process, you breathe in the oxygen gas. So the circulatory system takes the digested food from the digestive system and takes the oxygen gas and water to all over the body cells. So it transports the digested food, oxygen gas, and water to all the body cells. Then it transports the wastes. It transports the digested food and oxygen to the cell. Then the cell make or burn the digested food with the oxygen gas to produce the energy, After producing the energy, there are some wastes produced also. So the circulatory system transports the wastes to special organs to get rid of them. And also the circulatory system helps in maintaining or keep your body healthy. It keeps your body healthy. So the function of the circulatory system, it makes like the delivery man. It transports digested food, oxygen gas, and water to all the body cells, and then transports the wastes to get rid of them. And it keeps your body healthy. In this lesson, junior 5, we are going to study the circulatory system and the structure of the circulatory system, and also the path of the blood through the heart, and the last part in this lesson, how to keep your circulatory system healthy, or how to maintain your circulatory system healthy. Let's start with first part in this lesson, the circulatory system, or the structure of the circulatory system. The circulatory system consists of 3 main parts. It consists of heart, blood vessels, and blood. It consists of heart, blood vessels, and the blood. The blood vessels, jr5, means it's the pipeline. They are pipelines where the blood flow inside. They are pipelines where the blood flow inside. They are the tubes or the pipes or the vessels where the blood flow inside, where the blood bath inside it. Okay? So again, the circulatory system consists of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. Let's start with the first organ in the circulatory system, which is called the heart. The heart is a muscular hollow organ. Muscular means it comes from muscles. Your body consists of bones and muscles. Bones are hard organs, but muscles are soft. The heart is a muscular, so it comes from muscles. It's soft organs, not hard organs. Hollow means it's empty. Hollow means empty from. Inside the heart, there are the blood vessels, is connected to the blood vessels where the blood flow inside. So the heart is a muscular hollow organ. Its size about what? Its size about your fist. So the heart is a muscular hollow organ equals about the size of your fist. Its location. It locates inside what? It locates inside the chest cavity. The heart locates inside the chest cavity. Between the two lungs, like this. Your heart, locates inside the chest cavity, not in the abdominal cavity. No, the heart locates inside the chest cavity, between the two lungs, but slightly inclined to the left. Its function. What is the function of the heart? The function of the heart, it pumps the blood throughout the body. So the function of the blood, pumps the blood throughout the body, or to all over the body cells. Now, its structure, or the structure of the heart. The heart consists of 4 chambers. Chambers means rooms. Look at this picture of the heart. The heart consists of 4 chambers. These 4 chambers located in 2 sides. Right side and left side. So the heart consisted of 4 chambers located in two sides. Right side, this side is called right side. But This side is called left side. Okay? So, there is a wall between the right side and the left side. The pink ones. This is the wall that locates inside between the two sides, right side and the left side. This wall separates between the right side and the left side of the heart to prevent mixing of the blood, to prevent mixing the blood in both sides, to prevent mixing the blood in both sides. Okay? In each side, there is two chambers, upper chamber and lower chamber. The upper chamber is called atrium. The upper chamber called atrium. And the lower chamber is called ventricle. The lower chamber called ventricle. So here, the upper chamber called atrium. So the upper chambers of the heart called atrium, but the lower chamber called ventricle. So you can differentiate between each two atrium by atrium in the right side, so it's called right atrium, and atrium in the left side, so it's called left atrium. And you can differentiate between the lower chambers, which called ventricle. Ventricle locates inside the right side, so it's called right ventricle, and ventricle locates inside the left side, so it's called the left ventricle. So we have four chambers of the heart. Four chambers of the heart. Right atrium and right ventricle, left atrium and left ventricle. And also there is a wall between the right side and left side. There is a wall that separates between the right side and the left side. What is the function of the wall? To prevent mixing the blood in both sides. Okay? And also, there is a valve. Valve. What is the valve? Here. Can you see the white lines? There is a valve. Valve like this. Tricuspid valve and mitral valve. This valve, what is the function of the valve? Valve allow the blood to flow from atrium to ventricle and prevent returning back, and prevent it from returning back. The blood flows or move from atrium to ventricle. This is the pass of the blood from the atrium to ventricle, not from the ventricle to the atrium. So the function of the valve, there is a valve between each atrium and ventricle in the same side. Why? To allow the blood to flow, to pass from atrium to ventricle, and prevents it from returning back. Now we will talk about the organs number 2, which called the blood vessels. Okay, which called the blood vessels. You have to know that the 4 chambers of the heart are always full of blood and then connected to the blood vessels. So, what are the blood vessels? What does it mean by blood vessels? Blood vessels means it's a network of pipelines, network of blood vessels where the blood passes through it, or where the blood flows inside it. So the blood flows inside the body through a network of blood vessels. So they are the passes of the blood. The blood vessels are called the passes of the blood, okay, throughout the body. There are 3 types of blood vessels, which are arteries, veins, and blood capillaries. There are 3 types of blood vessels, which are arteries, veins, and blood capillaries. Arteries, veins, blood capillaries. There are 3 types of blood vessels, which are called arteries, veins, and blood capillaries. Let's start with number 1, which is called arteries. Arteries are thick blood vessels. Arteries are thick blood vessels. They are thick blood vessels which emerge or come out or start from the heart. The arteries start from the heart, exactly from the 2 ventricles. Exactly from the 2 ventricles, like the blue one and the red one. The blue one is called pulmonary artery. The blue one here is called the pulmonary artery. And the red one is called the aorta. So they come out from the heart. Exactly from what? From the atrium or the ventricle? No, from the ventricle. From the 2 ventricles, like the pulmonary artery and aorta. Pulmonary artery and aorta. What is the function of arteries? Arteries, they transport the blood from the heart to the all body parts. They are passes of the blood. The blood pass through the blood vessels from the heart to the all body cells. So, pulmonary artery and aorta pass the blood or transport the blood from the heart because they come out from the heart. They pass the blood from the heart to the all body parts or all the body cells. Let's know more information about the arteries. They are large and wide at the beginning. At the beginning of the arteries, they are large and wide at the heart because they start from the heart. Then they become smaller till ending a network of blood capillaries near the cells. And you have to know that all arteries carry blood rich in oxygen gas, which is called oxygenated blood, except the pulmonary artery, which carries blood rich in carbon dioxide gas. So the blood here called deoxygenated blood. So all arteries carry blood rich in oxygen gas, except the pulmonary artery, which carry all arteries carry oxygen gas, except the pulmonary artery, which carry the blood rich in carbon dioxide gas. And blood rich in carbon dioxide gas means deoxygenated blood. Okay? Number 2, the veins. Veins, they are thin blood vessels. It's opposite to the arteries. They are thin blood vessels. Begin at the body cells, and then open in the heart. They start from the body cells, not from the heart. It's opposite to the arteries. The veins start from the veins start from the body cells and then open at the heart. They open in the heart, exactly in the 2 atria. Like what? like vena cava, which is called superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Look at this picture. The superior, number 1, vena cava, superior vena cava, and the last one is called inferior vena cava. So the blood, the superior and inferior vena cava, they transport the blood from the body cells to the two atria, and also the pulmonary vein. Look at this picture here, the pulmonary vein. So we have 2 examples about veins like superior and inferior vena cava and pulmonary veins. The function of the veins, they carry the blood from the body parts because they start at the body cells. So they carry the blood from, or transport the blood from all body parts to the heart, exactly at the 2 atria. They begin in the form of the blood capillaries at the cells because they start at the cell, and the cell, you know that the cell is the smallest part of the body. It's the smallest part, it's the smallest unit of the body. So the cell is very, very, very small. So they begin in the form of blood capillaries at the cell. They begin smaller, then they become larger. They collect it together to become larger till reaching to the heart. And all veins carry blood rich in carbon dioxide gas. All the veins, it's opposite to arteries. All veins carry blood rich in carbon dioxide gas, carry the deoxygenated blood, except the pulmonary veins, which carry blood rich in oxygen gas. So the blood here called oxygenated blood. You have to know these notes that the atria or the atrium receives the blood from veins. Veins transport the blood from the cells to the heart. So the atrium receives the blood from veins, but ventricles pump the blood throughout the arteries. And you have to know that the arteries end with blood capillaries. Look at these pictures. If this artery, the red one is artery, so the artery become, they are large or wide or thick at the heart, and then become smaller till reaching to the blood capillaries at the cells, while veins begin with the blood capillaries. Veins begin or start with blood capillaries. They start at the cell. So they start small, then become larger till reaching to the vein. Okay? Thank you, Junior 5. Goodbye.